Hello lovely people and welcome to my tutorial for today. How are you all doing by the way? I hope you are taking very good care of yourself. I hope you are using every precaution you have at your disposal. Okay, with that I say welcome once again to my tutorial. For today we are going to be making this. And I'll be using this fabric for it. It's not up to 2 yards. Okay, this is what I'll be using for today's tutorial. And then for the neck and the lower part, I'll be making use of these pieces. Okay, so let's just get right on with it. So I'll proceed to fold my fabric into two, which I already did. Okay, and then I'll repeat the same process again. I'm going to be starting my measurement from here. All right. For this type of dress, we are cutting both the sleeve and the body of the dress together. So my shoulder is 30 inches. But then again, I'll be adding another pieces. I'll be adding this pattern here at the end, at the tip of the sleeve. So instead of 30, I'll use 14.5 inches. The half inches is for my sewing allowance. 30 is supposed to give us 15 inches, okay? But I'll be using 14.5 inches. The half inch here is just for the sewing allowance. And then I'm taking away 3 inches for shoulder slope, and this is 8 inches, my normal shoulder. And on my 8 inches, coming down by 1 inch, this is for shoulder slope. And then I'll connect to my 3 inches and extend the line down. I hope you understand that. For my neckline, I'll use 4 inches. This is subject to review. If at the end of the day, when I spread it, it's not as wide as I want, I can still shift it. Okay. Now for the volume of my neckline, for the back, 2 inches is just fine. Okay. And then for the front, I think I'll use 4 inches. Okay, 4.5 inches. Then I'll also connect this one. All right. Now for my hand, where it's going to pass through, I'll be using 10 inches, which is here. Okay. So I'll just open it up like this. Meanwhile, I'm placing my tape this way. This is where you have the open end, okay? So I didn't place this way, I placed right from the folded side. Okay. Now for my bust, shoulder to bust is 12 inches plus half an inch, 12.5. My half length is 16 inches plus half an inch, 16.5. My hip is 9 inches from my waistline. Okay, and then the length of my gown is 41 inches. 41 inches, but then I'll have to remove the inches I have here. Remember, this is going to be at the lower part. I hope you are following. This is going to be at the lower part. All right. So if I am to add this one here, this is 41 inches here, like this. Okay, say I will now add 1 inch or 2 inches for fold. I hope you understand. Let me come again. My length is 41 inches without fold allowance, but I will add folding allowance of about 2 inches. So in all, we'll be having 43 inches. Okay. And then for these pieces that I want to add at the hemline, I'll need to measure it because I already cut it out. This is 8 inches. Okay, I hope you are following. So 43 minus 8 inches, which we have here, that is what we have here, will give us 45. Okay, will give us 35, sorry. So I'll just measure 35 inches here. 35 inches. This is it. All right. Okay, so we now place the horizontal measurement. My bust is 45. I already added ease to it. So all I need to add is just the sewing allowance of about 2 inches. So 45 divided into 4 give us 11 and quarter, which is here, plus 2 inches sewing allowance here. And then for my waist is 41 divided into 4. Also the ease is there, 10 and quarter, plus 2 inches allowance. And then my hip measurement is 46 divided into 4 is 11 and a half, plus 2 inches allowance. Okay, this is actually a very loose dress. Okay, now at the hemline I'll need to bring down the hip measurement. And what do we have here? 13 and a half. I'll just bring it down here, 13 and a half. Okay, and then I'll connect the lines. Okay, and then waist to the hip, waist to bust. Okay, now at this sleeve side I could have just put a slight curve here so that it will look like this. I hope you are seeing it, but that is not what I want to do. I'll just take it up to meet this point. I don't want it straight. I want it a little bit slanting. That is why I'm taking it from here, this way. I hope you all understand this. So that when I'm sewing, I'll walk like this. I'll walk like this. I hope you understand it. Okay, so now with this done, I will now go ahead and cut. So I'll now check the neck. If I don't like it, I can still expand it. So having checked the neckline and the volume, I think is okay for me. Okay, now remember, this is where my hand is passing through. This is my bust, my waist, my hip, okay, and then the length of our gown, which is here. We'll be adding this one later at this lower part. All right, now if I'm sewing, let me remove it first. Okay, so if I'm sewing now, this is the way I'll work, like this. You know, this is the actual measurement of mine, like this, like this, and then like this. I hope it is clear enough. Okay, so for this place now, I will only need to notch it. Okay, I hope this is well understood. All right, so for here now, remember I said I'll be adding this design at this place. Okay, I'll carefully trim it out. Right, having done that, I'll need to check again just to make sure I have my exact shoulder. Okay, this is 14. So all I need to add now is just 1 inch. Remember, my shoulder is 30 inches. Divided into 2 is 15. So all I need to add here is 1 inch. All right. So I'll proceed to make my fold of about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. Okay. So it means we're adding this way. I hope you understand it. We're adding this way so that the sleeve now extends to this point. I hope you understand. I hope you can see the marking also. So the sleeve now extends to this point. Right? So I will cut it into 4 pieces because this is 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll cut 4 pieces of this. And then we'll begin sewing. Okay, so this now is for the tip of the sleeve, and this is for the lower part. This is for the neck. I will be taping it with this, okay, to form a rope. Right, this is about 3.5 inches. So I'll go to the machine. First of all, join this one to the sleeve. I hope you understand. I'll go to the machine and do this. I'll join this one here. Okay, so that we have something like this. I'll also join at the other side and then at the back piece. All right. Now I've done it at the 2 sleeves of both the front and the back. I'll also proceed to join the 2 at the shoulder. Okay, when I do that, then we'll now come to the neck rope. Okay, now having joined them at the shoulder, the next thing I did was to find the midpoint, which is this place I have carefully notched. Okay, we're talking about the rope now. All right, and then you will need to measure the circumference of this neckline. I did that also and I got 27. Okay, so here is what we are going to do. 27. Now I placed this one on fold. Okay. And then we're going to measure out that 27. That is 13 and a half, which is here. We'll turn it over also and mark 13 and a half. All right. So it means I'm going to be folding from here down like this. You see, this is the wrong side. I hope you see the joining. So I'll fold this way. Okay. I'll close up here this way, and I also close it up down to where we have our 13 and a half, and I'll stop here. I'll go over to the other end and do the same thing. I hope you get it. Okay, I've done that. So we now have 27 inches from here to this point, which is the circumference of our neckline. Okay, so all I need to do now is start fixing it from the right side round my neckline this way. I'll start from here, from my midpoint at the front. This is the front, and it is the right side, not the wrong side. So I'll just start fixing it like this. Okay, all the way around the circumference of my neckline. Okay, so you see I've added the neck rope. I also finished it off using my bias, as you can see, just to neaten it. Okay, this is the midpoint. All right, the next to last thing we are going to do now is to join them at the two sides using the body measurement. Earlier I showed you how I was going to join it. Remember, I added 2 inches extra for seam allowance, and that's what I'm going to be using to close up the two sides. So it means I'll practically remove just 2 inches from both sides. So I'll go right ahead and get it done. Okay, the next thing will be to now join the lower parts. First, I'm going to make a gather stitch around it. Okay, which I've already done. So I'll just gather this fabric. I'll just gather it to the measurement of this lower part. Okay, so you see I've made the slight gathers. Okay, the last thing will be to just attach them this way here, okay, at the hemline, and then we are done. So I'll go to the machine, attach it, and then come back. And this is what we have after the joining. Okay, and this is the neck. This also is the sleeve. Okay, you can easily try this at home on your own. It's actually very, very easy to make. Alright people, thank you very much for watching till the end. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for your time. If you are new to my channel, this is the Needle Woman. Feel free to subscribe by hitting the red icon, and once you do that, also touch on the notification bell so that whenever I upload, you get notifications. Before we leave, I would like us to be reminded of the importance of staying safe, keeping social distance, washing your hands, and also using your hand sanitizer. Don't also forget to drink a lot of water at intervals, because at the end of the day, I would want to see all my loved ones in one piece at the end of this pandemic. May God bless all of us. Bye.